Hello, YouTube. This is Mickey D with episode 85 of Stationeers. Hey, MacGyver. Hey, Kelvin. Oh, I can adjust my seat there. There we go. All right. So I actually planned on starting streaming earlier, and then I got sucked into YouTube, and I ended up watching just really random videos. I did let the base idle a little bit earlier. And I actually had to resolve some networking issues. I said, look, no atmosphere whatsoever. Now, if they're all like that, 490. See, why do you still have a little bit of atmosphere? Oh, hey, look, naked people in my. That's interesting. I don't remember his body being there before. Okay. Interesting. Well, I'm gonna say this is, oh, look, 95% CO2. Isn't that nice? Oh, look, we get skeletons now. All right. And is everything else? Oh, pretty much empty. All right, well, we should be able to pressurize the base. We should be good to go. Was there a reason we did not want to pressurize the base yet, though? I'm trying to think about that. We got stuff everywhere. I'm definitely have to do some cleanup this weekend. All right. Yeah, it looks like everything's empty. There's obviously no leaking because otherwise we'd be at 2 kPa in one of the rooms. That's one of the reasons I separated them all out. So we're going to go ahead and let the base pressurize. Yeah, and then we should go down to a really low percentage of O2. And we should. So we had 4.46 in there. Yeah, we're definitely going through the CO2 though. And 2.7. Yes, dead bodies everywhere. And why don't I have any volume? Oh, there we go. All right. So, yeah, like I said, I just let the base idle a little bit between the episodes. I didn't work on anything or do anything. We're just going to let it pressurize and get up the temperature while we work on other stuff. I don't know if we open the doors up down here. So kind of carrying on with the last episode, which we want to manually, which we don't have this one hooked up. So, so I want to see about getting these swapped out to separate, to all on the same circuit, basically. And then we'll just have to carry this line over some way to tie in, because I think that might work. You know, we could just change that batch writer to not be the wall heaters and just be the transformers. So I think we're gonna try that and see if that will work. And I think, and completely random is, look, we got some pressure coming up. Very nice. And it will be interesting to see how high we get up to, because we were pretty low. Hopefully, it looks like we should hopefully be able to get up to a breathable atmosphere at least. I doubt we're going to get up to full pressure. Now, I was thinking, and this is for a little bit down the road, don't we have... recycler sign stacker, yes. Because I just realized, chutes, doors. Did they end up pulling the conveyors out? I don't think. Oh, are they only on? wouldn't think they'd be into the pipe bender. Are they only on the fabricator? Because I don't really want to use conveyors, first of all. Shouldn't, I guess, say that. Kit, floor graying, filter, and kit, airlock, blast, centrifuge, chutes. Oh, conveyors. There we go. All right. But we should have a sorter, if I remember correctly, which is one thing we've never messed with. Yep, right there, kit sorter. Okay. And we should look through here and see if there's anything else that they... As far as I know, there's nothing that's been added, so... Just every now and then they sneak something in without telling anybody. Yeah, no. Okay. So, anyway, my thought is the next big project we're going to work on is, which we've kind of touched upon a few times, is the furnace room. And maybe we will look at automating the furnace. But I want to separate out the ores, so we can dump them off, and then it will run them through, sort them, kind of store them separately, which I guess we'll probably use chutes for that. And then maybe we'll have furnaces set up, and then we can just call for stuff. Maybe with the furnace, the smeltery as well. Oh, look at that. Can we breathe now? Yeah, it's kind of chilly, but let me see. Unlock mask. Oh, look. We can breathe. Very nice. Okay. So, yeah, that's going to be off because there's nothing running through it. All right, so that's all working, but we do got to get that one downstairs separated out. Now, let's see. What do we have? Oh, did we used up almost all of our wiring, didn't we? We had 30. Yeah, and we're going to need heavy wiring for this too. Anything? I don't think we should need any more circuitry. If anything, we should be pulling some out if this works as well as I hope it will. Yeah, I do love that does remember now what the last thing we were doing. We're going to build a few more cable coils. Actually, we're going to build heavy cables first because we pretty much have none of those. And we are going to need a few because of the transformers. Actually, yeah, we will need a few. And I don't think we'll need a whole bunch. I'll probably let that run for a little bit. And by a little bit, I mean don't let me completely forget about it and come back here in half an hour and we've got 300 heavy cables that we probably... Oh. Yeah, the base isn't equalized yet. Okay, so I think what we're going to do is... Now this runs off into this circuit, which is fine. Which honestly, we could probably change that. All right, so first of all, let's take out this wall heater. And we do want that to run out. That's running up to the line, so we're going to... Hang on, I'm going to sneeze. Okay, sorry about that. All right, so we're going to pull this out. We're going to move that because for one, it's just not going to work really well there. We need more space. Now, what I'm going to do is, how do we want to run this? So we've got heavy cable coming in. We're going to want, you know, So we're going to want to come off the batch writer. Pull that out first of all. Let's get rid of that. So I think the issue is we need to come off of here for power. Okay, so we're coming off of that. We're going to, let's drop that for now. And let's just pick that up so we can get it out of the way. And I think what we're going to want to do is this should be, that's just there. That's the power coming in. Okay, so this should be the line running to all the heaters. So if we disconnect that, yeah, basically it can't write to the reader. Oh, our temperature reader's up there too. Shoot. All right, so we might just have to move the temperature reader, but we can deal with that afterwards. Yeah, everything else should still be able to, it can't write to the ACs. Yeah, well, it's actually because it can't. Yeah, I can't write to the AC, the furnaces, or the, let's see, wall heater, yep. Can't, wall cooler. And, all right, so, and what we're going to do is we're going to end up changing this as well because we need more room. So we'll just leave that disconnected for now. Now, how are we going to want to do this, though, is the question. Because we're going to want, we still got to have multiple transformers. I swear, I'm seriously thinking about just running heavy cable for the speaking of heavy cable, it's still making heavy cable. Running heavy cable for all the wall heaters. That way we can basically have like up to 50. Without having to worry about it. Of course, then we're just going to use a ton of heavy cable if we did that. All right, yeah, this should work pretty good. Which is obviously, I don't really want to, though we probably do have the, I don't know if we necessarily have the resources to get that many, but, oh, wow, we actually got a bit higher on the pressure than I thought. Yeah. That's not bad. Should be pretty much equalized up here. Yeah. Oh, you know what? I didn't turn on the one in the furnace room. Because that one we got to turn on manually. All right. Anyway. So it should just be need to equalize down here. If it probably has not yet. It takes forever for this to get down. I might just put a passive vent in to kind of help the airflow come down in here. But all right. So, well, we can use, let's go make a couple of small transformers, which I should have done while I was up there. That way we don't, we don't have to disconnect stuff to try to hook up the new stuff. And small transformer. Yeah, I'll build 2 of those. Oh yeah, we get the resources to do that. And 1 more, thank you. So that'll let us do the 2 networks that we have now. And the other reason I want to do this, if we build a huge furnace room, we're going to run another circuit. So I would rather not, you know, have to keep replicating this for every time we add in a whole bunch more. All right, so where do we want to put them is the question. We could try doing them all right here, but I think we're going to run into some space issues. we're going to have a pain running cables across either way, though we can get some up in the ceiling. All right, so maybe what we'll do is we'll change the layout a little bit. We'll do the heating circuit basically on this wall. Since right now we don't have anything to go past these machines anyway. And then we'll leave, I mean, that can still be cleaned up for more circuits. And then obviously this can be cleaned up. So we will just do something like that. And so this side is going to run down, and we might just run underneath the floor and up and over. It's going to tie into this circuit to get to run these. So we'll have data come back up through this way, and then have the power come off on the other side. Yeah, and then even though we're going to wire up each. Oh, the logic computers? Oh, that'd be nice. What did they change on them that completely broke them? Because, I mean, I don't know of any functionality that was added or changed. All right, so we're going to need to run. Well, actually, we can swap. Well, it's that line up there. Yeah, I really wish we need a junction cable so we don't have to. All right, we're gonna run this one that way. So this can. Oh, actually, no, we're not gonna do that. We're gonna nope. I'm trying to plan out how we're gonna avoid all the other cables that we kind of have to work around for now, which is basically going to be coming up and going around that way. That is our machinery room circuit, and then we'll have to jump over to this line for this one, which will just run right underneath that line, which is probably not. Yeah, we're gonna wait on that, because we might, where this was running up and around to go over to that other room, we might be able to tie into it in a different spot. So I'd rather not have to run a whole line down this way, because I want to try to keep this. My thought was is like if we add another circuit in, we'll just move this back, move it back, so we don't have this whole line blocking, so we can run stuff up. So I think the thought is we'll just do that. I think the only thing that's going to be kind of a pain is we have the stairs there, so we have to work around those on the other side. So we're going to want this to be heavy cable. And we need this, because obviously we've got to pull power off. There. Yep, that should work. And then we should, which really we didn't need to run two lines on these. We could have just crossed it over once, which I think it kind of is over there, but it's all right. It still works out the same. What do you mean where I'm at? I'm in my basement. Well, the battery room. Yeah, that's the drawback of making them run them right next to each other. Though, right. I don't want to do like that. So what do we have? We have to cross over that. We have to cross over that. We're going to want to come more on this side. So we're going to pull off of... I think what we're going to do is a three-way junction. There we go. And yeah, we'll do a three-way junction like that. And we can come down this way. So that'll give us our power, which we can just do, not a corner, just a regular corner. They need to really do something about the naming because we've got like corner and corner. All right, so that'll give us power coming in. We can go ahead and bump these up to 5,000 watts because we know we're going to need that. And need 5,000 on that. Why? Can no one else see the stream? Yeah, I'm streaming 25 minutes. Oh, okay. Thanks, Lonnie. I guess it's an issue on your side, MacGyver. You can try refreshing the page, maybe? I was going to say, don't tell me I just went through like 26 minutes of doing this and nobody saw anything, which would not be the end of the world, but, you know, then I have to go through and explain everything I was doing. Oh, hang on. I pulled the... All right, there we go. All right. Yep, so 25, 25. And then now what we're going to do is bring a line back down over underneath this, come back up. We're going to want to tie it into there. Okay, that's good. Now the question is, let's dump that over there. I'm going to change that to a corner because we're going to need that running the circuit. And I'll say I'd like to change that, but I don't think we're going to mess with it right now. All right, so we're going to need to bust into the walls. Which thankfully, since we're down here, we don't have to worry about depressurizing anything besides whatever little pressure we lose for, you know, opening the space up. Let's get these all... Oh, I guess I did grab them all. Okay. Toss them over there. And, yeah, this is going to be fun. Oh, I have to go grab the drill. Pretty sure we're going to need to put at least some of this. Okay. And we probably need to pull this one off, but that's all right. And how many plates will we lose? That is going to be the question. All right. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. We didn't lose any. Very nice. All right. So what I want to do is take this line. Really? Really? Thank you. I'm going to want to change this to a cable junction. And then that should be our data only coming out. So let's combine those, pick that back up. We should... Now, can we use a network analyzer to... I always want to see if we could use that to... No, because it just ties in. Yeah. All right. Now, the only thing I don't like about this is we're basically going to run a low power into a high power, which we could do at all high power, I guess. That way you don't worry about blowing anything up. It shouldn't backfeed through because it's not going to try to pull anything through because it's data. But I guess just to be on the safe side, and it's only a couple more cables in this setup, so it's probably worth it just to do it as all heavy cable. Than to worry about. Actually, let's just go ahead and, yeah, that'll work. So what we can do is just go ahead and bend it right here. Oh, look at that. We had an autosave and we didn't get a lag spike. Oh, now there's a lag spike. Okay. Yep. Yep. Okay. So what we're going to do is a corner. And we're going to bend right down. If we can turn it the right way. We might not need to dig anything for this. I kind of wanted it to get on that wall, but I guess this will work. The question is getting in there. Might be worth it to, come on. Oh, it snapped there for a second. There we go. Yeah, that's going to be a bit of a pain. I might have to pull some of that wiring out. Oh. No, we did have it. Come on, right there. Thank you. Yeah, I think we're going to hit on this heavy wiring. Can we get to it from underneath? Probably not. All right, let's just do this. We'll do that. Break it apart anyway, since it can't really control anything right now. And then what we can do is, we don't want to hit on that. So I don't mind it having it down one more. If we can get on, oh, really? And that just pretty much shut off the whole entire base. Well, actually, it should still be running on the batteries. Yeah, because that's our input line. Very nice. Thank you. All right, so we're going to want a corner now. And what I want to try to do is bend back over to the wall. Oh, it was yellow. Oh, I think we were connecting on that. All right. Let's just do this. Well, that didn't go very far. And what I want to do is if we can get connected onto it. Oh, come on. It's like the last one. All right, let's go grab the drill. I swear, I should just keep like a pickaxe or an extra drill down there. As much as we have to dig around. I am so tempted the next time that we have to do like an underground room or something, that we just leave an empty void space underneath the whole entire thing. And thank you. Anything else? Oh, shoot. Yeah, we need to go down even lower. Oh, actually, yes. All right, hopefully that should work. And now, if we cannot get on the cable that's in front of it. Oh, there we go, there we go. Come on. Oh. Snap, thank you. Oh, and I just said we need to go down lower. All right, so come on, snap. Snap, thank you. Now, and I'm still waiting for that crouch. Crouch option would be awesome. I really don't want to tear apart like half the stuff to get this hooked up. But we'll tear apart as much as we have to. Come on, you were snapping there for a second. Oh, thank you. All right. Now it should be pretty easy from here on out. As long as we get this one snapped. Which we might actually just be able to cheat on. We can go here. I think we might need... yeah, one more. And then a corner. Nope, not that corner, the other corner. Because, of course, we have to have two cables called corner for heavy. Yes, you'd think it would just try to snap to the closest one. We have to pull out the other floor. We probably will. Come on, I just want you to snap in the one spot. Maybe from this side. No, because now we're going to hit the other cable. Oh, perfect. Got it. All right. Now, we should just be able to run this down without hitting anything. There we go. And we could actually bend this up now, too. Oh, we don't need to. We just had to get underneath that cable because we couldn't come up because that cable's there. And I don't like running them on the very corners because they get buried in there and you can't get rid of them without tearing the frame apart. a lot of the time. It seems a little bit better though. I don't know if they made some improvements to that. At least it seems the cables aren't as bad as the pipes. Okay, we should just be able to run right here. All right. Yeah, we can actually come back one. Which way we turned? Not that way. There we go. All right, so we'll run this up, and then hopefully this should work out the way that I'm hoping it'll work, because otherwise it's a bit of a waste of time. Not really a waste of time. It'll be a learning experience, I guess. But I don't see any reason why this would not work. So we should have power feeding in there from the main lines. And we should have our data feeding in from here, which is going to control any of the transformers. And because it's a data only spot, then it should not try to pump any power back through. So that should, in theory, work. Now we just got to remember how this was all hooked up. I believe this was a junction. Yeah, because this is where our generator ties in, right? Yes. Yep, and then we should have had a corner right here. Not that corner, the other corner. There we go. So we should. In the right spot? Yeah, it is. The question is, can we get back to it now? No, probably not. Because we can't crouch. All right, let's do it the other way. Thank you. Straight. And then we need a three-way. All right, so there's our generator hooked back up into the system, and our batteries hooked back into the system. And that should be pretty much it for the heavy cable right now. Grab that. Can we get out of here? Are we stuck? Yeah, don't run out of jetpack right now. That would be bad. And we're stuck. How are we stuck? All right, fine. You know what? Pull that back off. We can get out of there. Because we can do junction from up here. And there we go. All right, finally. Steel frame can go back. And steel frame can go back. Now, did I throw that other cable back? I guess I did, right there. What was this? This was a four-way. And that was a junction. Very nice. Okay, so that's all hooked back up. Those can just be welded, which we will not do until we make sure that the circuit's working. But let me go change my jetpack real quick. And then we should be able to just change that rider to control the transformer. Except we have the issue that the coolers are on that circuit as well. So that's where we might have to pull these off under their own circuit. Yes. Okay, let's let that fill back up. Oh, I'm gonna cough. Okay. All right. And it looks like Looks like our pressure might have finally all equalized. Pretty close to it. That does make it quite a bit louder. All right, so that should give us our data. We can tie that off, run it over to back to that circuit. Now we could run this over to this line as well. And no, we don't want to do that. Yeah, no, I think we're going to want to put the ACs on their own circuit. I think that's how we're going to want to do that. So we're going to want to change the batch writers. So we should be able to take this one, which is writing for the wall heater, and we're going to change that to transformer small, and then on. And then that way, it's going to turn those on if it's basically calling for heat. And then what we'll do is we'll just leave, we will leave the wall heaters turned on, so that way it'll just flip it on, heats up, and then it'll shut off the transformers. And then now that way we can have the one circuit running as many wall heaters as we want by just putting another transformer in and running a line up to another like 5. So we can basically just expand it out as much as we want, up to 10 of these, because after that we will overwhelm this line. So that's up to 50 wall heaters. So that would work good. And we need to weld this floor back up. Now we do, and let's try not to burn any of our wiring down here, since most of this wiring is kind of necessary. All right. We still might open part of this back up, but all right. So now we've got to get a pressure sensor back onto this circuit, and we need to run this line over to one of these. So I think this one is going to tie in over here, and then this one is going to tie into that line. And we can actually remove all of this now, and we'll actually have this transformer open. Or alternately, well, no, because we want to leave these transformers separate, because we don't want it turning off any of the other transformers. Yeah, because this is going to come through on this side. Yeah, because we don't want it to come through on the, that's on the output side. So we definitely don't want it on the input side, because then it'll be able to read the other all the other transformers on the system. So that'll work. It's just a matter of, obviously, pressure, temperature, and then the ACs, which I'm trying to think if there is, you know, if we do data out, no, because it's still going to get blocked by the, trying to think, because we might be able to tie it in together. Because if we didn't loop, like, this doesn't have to be looped because this is data, basically. So we don't need actually this loop here. And then this, if we ran this as heavy cable and tied it into this one, and then where this is only writing transformers, we could bypass that up to there. We have to make sure we don't overload the circuit, though. I don't know, so I don't like doing that, because there is a potential that we could accidentally overload the circuit, and then it's going to burn out a section of wire, and we're going to have to go track it down. But that would let us have our AC on the same network as well, which is kind of what we want to do. because otherwise we're going to have to duplicate. We're still going to have to duplicate this. We'd have to have one for cooling and one for heating. But except we only have to duplicate half of it, just the cooling portion of it. So if we did that, then yeah, I wouldn't be able to backfeed because it's only running. I think we might try that. I said I'm not enthusiastic about the idea because it does leave the potential for it to, but we're never going to have an AC and the wall heaters running at the same time. So yeah, we could do that. And then we can run, if we run a, so where this is also a data, this is our cooling. And we can piggyback off of this line. And hopefully we're going to have enough heavy wiring to do this. So we would need to change this to a 3-way cable. Yes, so except we're going to want it to run. Yeah, like that. No. Why don't you? Oh, I don't have it. Did we not get one back? Really? We need 3. We have some in the... Nope. All right. We need one more piece of heavy cable. That's kind of a pain. That's the way it always goes. You always need like one more. Heavy cable, heavy cable. I swear, I'm thinking about eventually setting up one machine for cable, one machine for heavy cable, and like one machine for pipe, just for the amount of, you know, those are the ones you need all the time, and then maybe one for steel plates and one for frames. And we'll go ahead and let it build a few more, just because you never know. And actually, we might. Yeah, come on, give me like we'll try that. All right. So, oh, that's. I guess it must be those returns. We could always spread those out around too. I mean, they don't. I just would be using more pipe, but probably wouldn't hurt. All right, so we needed a corner, right, like that. So that would let us send our data to the ACs. This would let us send our data to basically the transformers, which in turn are going to send to the wall heaters. Now, what we'd have to do, and oh, jeez, yeah, we might not have enough, is we would need to tie, well, actually, we don't need to do heavy cable for that. Like I said, I don't like this idea, because I could see us having issues later on because of it. And oh, you know what? No, that's not going to work. Hang on, I'm going to cough again. No, that won't work. Because what it'll do is we can hook into one, but then we'd have to have all the wall coolers on the one circuit, which is fine. I mean, right now they are actually all on this line. And because otherwise if we try to cross over, then we're basically gonna Well, this is data only though. Yeah, but then that'll transfer that power to that power, which we don't want. I don't know. I think we won't do it for now. I think by the time we, maybe we'll just run a separate line for the ACs and we'll turn that one into the AC and just set up a separate circuit for or same thing, this, yeah, it can still tie into the same circuit. We just got to run up to the ACs, which it could actually pull on this because this was what was powering the ACs and the one section of wall heaters. So we'll just run this up to we'll run a new line for the ACs, and then we can tie off of that. Oh, okay. Cannot send a message. Okay. Well, at least it wasn't an atmospherics crash. All right, so we're actually just going to leave that off for now then. But we will, actually, I guess we don't need to separate it out, but I guess just to keep everything nice and tidy, we will. Yeah, so we'll use those heavy cables somewhere else, I guess. Yeah, I know. Wires everywhere. Everywhere. But I'm sure we'll probably make plenty more as time goes on anyway. All right, so we need to run, I'm thinking we're going to run this up through the floor because we want to tie it into that circuit. And the only thing we're going to want to do is, and then we're going to want to eventually pull, I don't want to go underneath the floor. That's a pain in the butt, and we already did that. Is we're going to need to, and of course, yes, we have a big thing of stone right there. Oh, I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, some of this is going to be iron, some of this is going to be steel. Yep, that's right, because it's the floor. Oh, hey, David, thank you. Yeah, it is, it's coming along. Oh, that one is steel. All right, did we get them all? I think so. All right, so we're going to take, we'll say, yeah, this one's going to come up and over. Go ahead and give me the drill. We'll just clean this up. I'm so glad that these don't damage stuff. Which is, kind of unrealistic, but at least unlike Space Engineers, you don't have to worry about damaging something because you was trying to clean up something. All right. What we're doing is the wall heaters are now controlled. Instead of controlling the wall heaters directly, we're controlling the transformers. That way we can just have multiple transformers on this for each wall heater circuit, so we don't have to do a new circuit for each set of wall heaters, because that was one, and then this was the original, and then we added on to the base, so we needed more, which overwhelmed. It was more than one small transformer could handle. So I kind of threw in another circuit, but I didn't want to have to keep replicating this circuit for each one. And so that way we're now controlling, if it's calling for heat, instead of kicking on wall heaters, it's kicking on these transformers. And what we'll do is we'll just leave the wall heaters turned on. So that way, as soon as these transformers have power, the wall heaters will kick off or kick on. And then once it's up to temperature, it'll cut the transformers off, which will in turn just shut off the wall heaters. And that should do that. But we're going to have to separate out the, and I need to add more lights in here. That'll separate out, we'll have to separate out the wall coolers to a separate circuit, or a separate line, but they'll still tie into the same circuit. All right, so that's running down, and then we're going to run this up. Now, that return was running off of there. And you know what? I never went through and did the labeler on these to see which transformer was which. I'll have to go back through and do that at some point. Because we've got this junction, which was running up to here, which this was kind of hooked up separately anyway. That wasn't tied in with the system. So we're probably going to, I kind of want to clean up this. So we might swing this around to the other side. Oh, actually, wait a minute. Yeah, we might not need to do that. Because this runs down to here and comes across over anyway, because we were tying down below. So we can just run this line straight across and we'll be good. So yeah, that'll actually work out pretty decently. And steel. All right, so what we'll do is we'll just open this one up. And then we can pull this wire up. And just like that. Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, well, this was running over to here, and then I was going to snake it around because I was going to try to put the transformers there. And then I just decided that's, we're not going to, if we wanted to expand it anyway, we're going to want room to expand this out. Because now we can run, so we just don't want to tie these transformers in with any of the other transformers. So we can do a whole bank of them. And it is so weird to hear doors running when I'm not, like, going places. Okay, we're going to go ahead and just replace that with a straight cable as well. Because that needs to be tied into the other system anyway. And we need to actually still put a return or an output down here. All right, so we will clean this all up. And looks like we got maybe an autosave. Yep. Yeah, we need to, I still need to get more oxides. I mean, it's 100% pretty much O2 right now, just because we don't have enough nitrogen to do a big enough mix to really matter. But oh, we got a cable running down there. All right, so we're gonna have to go around it. All right, so we'll just go, which luckily we're inside the wall anyway, so nobody's gonna see it. There we go. And there. And there. And there. All right, that'll work. And thankfully, I don't think we have anything else. Oh, and the randomly colored blocks. That's kind of a pain. Yeah, we'll come back behind. That way we don't have to worry about running these. Yeah, we'll do that. Oh, sorry, I had the coffin fit. Oh, I'll tell you, I'll be happy when cold season is over. Actually, you know what? We'll just cut this back. All right. Yeah, we'll do it that way. Yeah. I'll just run it across the top of this. That way we know it will not be in the way. Hopefully, so we think, which means it probably will be in the way later on. Okay, now if we go and turn all the other heaters on, because that should be outputting yes. So what we can do is just run up here, and they should have been all on anyway before. Oh, no. Not getting power. Was that the other circuit? Yeah, it was this circuit. Okay, so yes, these are all on. And then the transformers shut off. Those will shut. No, that doesn't make sense. Wait, why is that? Why does that? This should be the circuit that was running the other side. Did we get something crossed somewhere? Oh, no, that one's running that one. Okay. Yeah, that. This was the circuit that was running the rest of the base. This is the circuit that was running the heat for over there. Well, that doesn't make any sense. Unless we missed something, we just don't have it hooked all the way up yet. That would make sense because we never disconnected the other circuit. Okay, yes, now these ones are off. All right, so what are we missing? Do our transformers have power? Transformer does have power. Oh, did we not turn up? Oh, did I not turn up the? Yeah, that's why, because we don't have enough power going to it. Okay. 5,000, and we'll go ahead and set this one too. So now, hopefully, if we go up there, they should be running. All right. Obviously, those ones aren't going to be running, which we need to still hook those up anyway. And yes, so yes, they're working. Oh, hey, look, other people. And yes, so those are all. Now the only one that's not on that circuit is, again, the furnace room. So we can control it separately. That's on its own circuit, which is fine. So now we can actually get rid of all this circuit. We don't need it. And I don't think there's actually anything else. This was just heaters. So we can actually just shut that circuit off, and we'll continue that line, I guess, back through the wall as well. Yeah, I don't. You know what? Maybe we'll just go across the ceiling. I don't really want to travel across. You know, like I said, the plan was is just to move. Anytime we add a circuit, we'll just move. You know, this line will just get shortened up, so it'll keep coming back this way. All right, so what we'll do then is jetpack on. You know what? I want to go ahead and, if we're going to do this, Can we sneak in there? No, really? Oh, there's a circuit there, that's why. Oh, there we go. All right, let's toss that out there. And we'll grab these. And what we'll do is just go ahead and run. I can turn this around the right way. Oh, actually, yeah, that'll work. I can just do like just like that. Come on, snap you. Thank you. And yeah, so we should have nothing that's running over there that's going to be in the way. I say that, and we'll run across something. There we go. I still don't... Yeah, that's fine, because we can always go back into the wall if we need to. No, I don't want to do that. I'd rather run it out here. Yeah, we'll do that. Oh, there we go. And then, yeah, we should be able to come right back. I might need a corner there, but we'll try one more straight. Yeah, that way if we have transformers, we can run straight up the walls to wherever we need to do without having it cause an issue. Okay, get rid of that. Yeah, we still need a corner there. All right. There we go. And come on, one of these ways. Really? Thank you. Ah, there we go. All right. Yeah, now we can rip all that circuit out. We don't need it anymore. And this one we'll go ahead and, since we know we're going to need to get around that line anyway, I'll just go ahead and do that. And up there. Yeah. Wait. Oh, wait. Back one more. Ah, all right. Let's just do it this way. That'll be probably easier. Corner there. Yeah, looks like it is. And straight section. Oh, come on. 3 more pieces. Oh, actually 2. Okay. And corner. Ah. All right. Very nice. So, yes. Now all the wall heaters in the base are controlled by the one circuit with the one writer. The only thing we have to do is we have to reconnect up the pressure reader on it, or pressure sensor. All right, so that should get that. And let's see, we're at hour 13. And then we still gotta separate out the wall. What are we at for temperature? So it usually, well, that one, oh, actually, you know what? We didn't put that back in either. Oh, actually, let's grab the, we need the data analyzer for the network. I should say network analyzer, not data. It kind of is data, I guess. Well, I guess either of them is, any of the analyzers are data, just the type. Okay, so we're pulling 4 on that. And of course, I can't actually see that one. Okay, so 3 on that. Why is that fluctuating? One five, 1 5. I guess they all fluctuate. Okay. Oh, no, the batteries all, so the intake, or the supply on them basically wraps around the room, comes up through, and then the output wraps around as well. So it can draw off of anything in the base, can draw off of any battery. Okay, so which one did we decide? So it's this one. All right. Of course, the one that's buried that we have no access to. It couldn't be the one like right there. I guess we can just stick one right there. That'll probably, or we could just put it right there, right above it. That'll work. So the thing is we need a wall heater in this room, which actually we'll just put a junction right there. That'll work. What is this? That should be iron, I do believe. So we'll drop that down. Yep, and then this is our charge control circuit. So this is making sure that the batteries don't drop below 20%. If it does, it kicks in the generator automatically. And unless the sun's up, then this overrides it. So it does not let the generator run if the sun's up, because we generate quite a bit more power than we need. Let me see. We'll try steel. Very nice. Yes. Iron, steel. All right. So what we're going to do now is take this wall heater, and we're just going to put it right there. And then that way, and let me double check, because if I don't, I will hook it to the wrong one. I know it. Yeah, see, we actually need it on this one, which we can still do, so that's fine. Though we actually do not have, because the circuit is now behind the transformers, we can actually put a full 5 wall heaters on there without overloading. We'll be running exactly to the max on the line now. So yes, we will do that. And then that's when the devs will change them, so they run slightly over 1K. It might not like running at full power. Unless it's tripping them all off like that, which it should not be doing. Yeah, the gas, the coal is tied in, but this one we manually run. So, I mean, this puts out so much power, and with an basically a gas supply to it, we haven't had to mess with it since we put it in there. Um, Supposedly, also, there's going to be an option to throttle these, but it's not completely implemented yet. So you can make it run at a percentage. So you actually use less fuel if you don't need it. But this one's basically set as an automatic backup, and then this one is, in the case that we run out of fuel mix, we can manually kick this in and run it. But we haven't ever needed it since we've moved it. Okay, that should not be flickering like that. So I'm thinking it's not liking the running at the max on the line. Or is it still just flickering? Maybe, are they all doing that? So they're doing it in that room. These ones are not. So I'm thinking it's not liking running at the full max on the transformer, is my guess. So we'll go ahead and disconnect that, make that so basically 4 max on the circuit is what it looks like. And then what we'll do is we'll just change this one. So we can just put that as a, same thing, junction. And then we'll do a wall heater. There we go. Yeah. So yeah, it's not like in the, it was not liking running the full max on the line. Or it's probably more the transformer than the line. But even though they do actually flicker, they don't quite pull a constant. But yeah, 4 on each line. So that's fine though. That works. All right. So that gives us all that. And we're at an hour and 20 minutes, so I'm going to call it good for this episode. I am going to do another stream, though, so I'll take my little, 10-minute intermission to go top off my coffee. Actually, I'm going to make some fresh coffee and stretch my legs, use the bathroom, that sort of thing. And we'll basically pick right up from where we left off in this one. So what we need to do now is we need to, and actually while I think about it, before we do that, similar to the last time, we're going to have it pump out a whole bunch of cable, just regular cable. So we'll come back and there'll be about 200 regular cable in there. Because that, I think 11... what? Airlock in atmosphere room is rigged backwards. What do you mean it's rigged backwards? What? What, is it mixing the interior and exterior doors up? It shouldn't be. I just used it not too long ago. If so, just pop a data disk in and change the doors. I'm guessing that's what he's saying. The airlock in the room is rigged backwards. It's trying to pressurize Mars. Okay. Well, that's probably... Well, it doesn't show that it's drawing from over here. You sure? I don't know. We'll run out real quick and take a look at it, I guess. Actually, we can just do this. is currently pressurized. Oh, was it the pressurized? Was the pressurized cancel on it? Huh, that's weird. So there's another sound bug. Airlocks. I'm assuming they just came from the one outside. Yeah, because he's cycling that one, but it sounds like it's right next to you. So if we cancel, tell it to cycle. And if it's not going to let me cancel it, but it will depressurize, and then it'll open up to the inside, and we can just swap the doors. So easy enough fixed. We'll just have to wait for it to cycle. Yeah, but in the next episode, wow, is everything? Did atmospherics crash? Shouldn't have, because we haven't done anything with pipes. I just find it strange that everything is at. Yeah, hang on, let it cycle. Why are none of these running? We may have messed with the circuit. When we were down below. Yeah, it's going to depressurize, and then it'll open up, and I can just change the doors. Yeah, why are all the filters off, though? What? You will in here because it's below 20 degrees. So as long as anything you put in, as long as it's not above 20 degrees Celsius, it'll dump it into this system. And then this tank is just here so that if the big tank is highly pressurized, it doesn't dump it in here with, no chance for, I don't want to blow pipes because we dumped the big tank in. So, yeah, it should. This is basically just acts as an expansion tank for when it dumps in for the filters. And at some point, this should stop depressurizing. Yeah, I don't know why all these are off, though. I'll have to check it out and make sure that this one is off, yes, because it's cold. I'll have to make sure those kick in. Yep, it'll pull it through. It's on the digital valve, so it's getting limited by this. Because this is what's pumping it into to pull out from anywhere else. Which we might not need this pump now. Because we do have the one out there. Yeah, we might end up pulling this pump out. And what we might do is I might just change that to a digital valve. Because that's set up to run with the filters. Just so it lets some pressure build up so they don't run constantly, like just flick on, flick off. But I'll have to remember exactly how we have that. I got to pull that up and look at it. I don't see why we couldn't. Oh, actually, no, we do want this here because when we jump, oh no, the radiator system pulls off of that one. So we're fine, which our radiator system's at negative 42 degrees and 1.2 kPa. All right, is this thing done yet? Holy cow. All right, we'll do this the easy way. Since the other door is closed, we can do that. Put the airlock door in. Oh, hey, let's put my mask on. All right. And so, let's see. There's exterior. There's interior. And pressurizing. Should be all set to go. All right. And what is our actual mix at? 90% O2. A little high on the CO2, but that's fine. And there we go. All right. There you go. All straightened out. Yeah, maybe when I was working on that out there, I mixed them up because we did have that open before I pulled that off before we repressurized the base. All right, so oh yes, my helmet is open. Why is my oxygen critical? Just because I opened my helmet? I don't think so. All right, so yeah, we have a nice big old pile. They're taking over. All right, that'll probably be good for a while, I would think. No, we'll go through that in like an episode, especially when we start doing up the furnace room. But yeah, so we'll call it good for this episode, and I'll be back in about 10 minutes. Obviously, we've already got all the cables made since we ended up messing with an airlock there real quick. And I think I will leave it up because Mastiff is running around. So if he's going to be mining oxites, then that will be very helpful. And I do appreciate it because it gives me time to build things without having to stop and do mining runs off camera or whatnot. Oh, and we're not going to get it. So we got 200, probably about 250, right around there. Which, I mean, we went through 200 yesterday, so. And I believe I saw, yeah, there is one back there. All right, well, we get a little over 250, so not too shabby. Definitely put them to use. And I'll probably bust out, no, I'm not going to bust out any heavy cable right now. We shouldn't really need any. And there we go. Yep. So, I think we got an autosave. All right. Like I said, we'll call it good for this episode. I will be back with episode 86 in about 10 minutes. And we'll pick up with revamping and get the ACs all separated. And then see what we work on after that. All right. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And I'll see you in the next one.